the most intriguing quarterback battle that most people are probably going to be having their eyes on is going to be down there in Tampa with the Buccaneers. You have Baker Mayfield versus Kyle Trask. This is Baker's fourth team in 3 years. He got traded to the Carolina Panthers late in the offseason, and obviously we saw that didn't work out. Baker Mayfield got cut. He didn't even last the whole entire season. Matt Rule got fired midway through the year. And then, on some Disney movie shit, he gets signed by the LA Rams and Sean McVay, and just after being signed, a couple of days later, he goes in against the Las Vegas Raiders, Thursday Night Football, and he leads the Rams to the freaking win, and he ends up having a really good performance. He throws for 230 passing yards, completes 62.9% of his passes, and the touchdown in that Thursday night win over the Raiders. And then he has a Christmas game that we're all going to remember because he won the MVP award when he balled out against the Denver Broncos, when they just completely dismantled Denver in front of everybody to watch. He completed 85% of his passes. He threw for 230 yards in that game, and he had 2 touchdowns with no interceptions. And for Baker Mayfield, the team that he's going to be going to in Tampa is probably one of the best situations that he's been put in since the year he took the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs. You have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin at wide receiver. You have Rachaad White at running back. The offensive line is a little bit of a mystery. I don't really think the offensive line is going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be bad. I think at best this offensive line should be average. But with the weapons that Baker Mayfield has around him and offensive coordinator Dave Canales running a QB-friendly system, Baker Mayfield should be able to have a bounce-back year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And with what we saw from him with Sean McVay, he kind of showed everybody that as long as you give him the proper coaching and the proper pieces around him to succeed, he can produce for you. Now, he'll probably never end up being a top 10 QB, and he may not be the long-term answer for you at QB, but he is somebody who can come in and be serviceable enough as long as you give him the necessary pieces for him to be able to thrive. And I think he has that with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization. Now, you have Kyle Trask, who was drafted in the second round of the 2021 NFL draft by Bruce Arians and company. He is your prototypical pocket passer. He's 6'5", 240 pounds. He has a really strong arm. He doesn't really give you much when it comes to mobility. If things break down, then that's pretty much it. And for Kyle Trask, he wasn't good in last year's preseason, okay? And maybe he ends up improving over the course of this offseason under their new offensive coordinator, because he has really put a lot of emphasis on stressing that he wants his system to be easy to learn. He wants it to be QB friendly with everything that they want to do. So Kyle Trask could also improve from having a new offensive coordinator and a new staff in place. But ultimately, I think that Baker Mayfield should be the overwhelming favorite to win this starting job. I don't really think Kyle Trask is really going to be that good. In the preseason, you can kind of tell if a guy has it or not. You look at what Dak Prescott did in the preseason. He balled out. Same thing with Kenny Pickett, Sam Howell. Most of the times, guys who struggle in the preseason ultimately not end up being all that great. And then in the regular season finale last year, when he came in, when the Buccaneers had benched their starters, he didn't even look good against the Atlanta Falcons, and their defense was one of the worst in the NFL last year. So I think Baker Mayfield is probably going to end up winning the starting quarterback job. If you had to ask me to rate my confidence on Baker winning this job on a scale of 1 through 10, I probably would say 9.9. And the only reason I give a 0.1 chance to Kyle Trask is just because people can always surprise you. You never know what to expect, but I think this is Baker Mayfield's job to lose.